Aloha and welcome. My name is Taylor Norris and I'm the creator of Flower of Healing Reiki, unifying holistic health and spiritual awakening and empowering you to upgrade your frequency, to upgrade your reality now. In today's video, I want to share with you about how I am personally doing a type of cleanse that is inspired by the Blessed Herbs colon cleanse. Super powerful cleanse I've done 3 times previously, and I have a playlist of videos that you can refer to if you want to know more about that cleanse. However, the company has closed down and the cleansing kits are not available. So that wonderful resource that was this amazing colon cleanse is no longer available, or not really going to be readily available to my knowledge and from my research. So I've been inspired to create something like it that doesn't come in a package, right? These are just using ingredients that can be bought from a natural food store, health food store, local market, that kind of thing. I am calling this cleanse the Rainbow Light Body Cleanse because I am working with the rainbow body, the rainbow light body, and some of you may be familiar with what that is. I'm not really gonna go into it. However, if you just think about rainbow, all the colors, all the chakras, yes, we want all of those activated and lit up and working. And the light body as well, actually the body really holding and sharing and transmitting as much light and enlightened frequencies as is possible within human consciousness and within human form. Then we have something that's really magical. And the Flower of Healing Reiki that I'm working with and developing, this new energy, these new techniques, one of the fundamental, foundational aspects of this new energy is the holistic health. And what is that holistic health? Well, an important part of it is detoxification and cleansing, as part of a daily lifestyle, and then also seasonally or as guided. This particular cleanse has, the physical elements, but it is also working with the higher frequencies and spiritual frequencies. And in my experience, the healthier we are in our bodies, in our physicality, the more we can really hold and embody these higher frequencies, and we provide this stable structure within which the light can enter and the higher consciousness is more available. And also as a result, of course, preventing disease, living longer, having more energy, feeling amazing, being able to sit with oneself, being able to think clearly, being able to speak clearly, being able to communicate with oneself in the context of self-love and self-care. These are just absolute necessities that unfortunately are not necessarily taught to many of us as young children. So as adults, or whatever age you're coming to this to, welcome and bless you for being here and for being open to raising your frequency. So without further ado, I will get into how I am doing this cleanse. The very first piece that I will mention to you is that there is some preparation involved, and this, what I recommend and what I always did before the Blessed Herbs cleanse, was 3 days, low fat, raw vegan, all liquid. And that all liquid can be a combination of juice, smoothie, blended salads, blended raw soups in the blender that are warm, or more the gazpacho style that are cool, and doing this for 3 days. So you can be perfect and absolutely no chew. I was adding in a little bit of chopped spinach to my evening soup, a little bit of cacao nib, that kind of thing. But the majority of the time, those 3 days prior, it's all liquid. You know, I'm not eating big bowls of salad. You could blend up that salad if you like. But that is just to prepare the container for the cleanse and for what's coming. And also kind of giving some mental preparation as well. And it's easy, you know, you can still eat abundantly during that time, or you may feel called to kind of minimize and consolidate a little bit depending on where you are at. So getting into the cleanse. Now this is something where you can do it as long or as short as you feel guided to do. When I was doing the Blessed Herbs cleanse, I was always doing 6 days because based on the amount of toxin absorber packets in the cleanse, that's how long I could really go by drinking 5 of these drinks a day. However, there is no cleanse package here. So you can, you know, have as many ingredients as you want and go as long as you want and feel guided and need. So what I'm personally doing is I'm definitely going to go the 6 days and assess, you know, do I want to go longer, and really take it day by day like that. And I recommend to take it day by day, no matter if you're an advanced detoxification person or if you're very new to cleansing. It's very important to be mindful and conscious of your body and your needs. I will also mention that at the end of the cleanse, let's say you go 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, you want to do the same as you did before the cleanse to exit and begin the refeed. So again, with the low fat, raw vegan, all liquid, juices, smoothies, raw soups, that kind of thing. Go really light like that first day, and then you could add, you know, the first day, for example, I might have a juice in the morning and then 2 smoothies, all liquid. The second day, I might have a juice, 1 or 2 smoothies, and a raw soup for dinner. The third day, again, kind of juice in the morning, smoothie, 1 or 2, depending on size, if I just want it all in one go or if I want, you know, 2 separate meals, and then a raw soup in the evening. This again is very important to refeed consciously and not go for hamburgers or, you know, a mono meal of avocados or what have you. Want to ease the body back into more solid foods. And it's funny, after previous cleanses, when I start refeeding, I remember eating a smoothie and I'm like, gosh, this feels so dense, you know, this feels so substantial after having just the juice. So, you know, you really will feel a bit different when you do start refeeding, even if you cleanse just 6 days. It's pretty astounding, actually, how satisfying, you know, a smoothie or a raw soup can be at that point, or a juice that's not apple juice. And then I also want to mention that after the cleanse, so you've done your 3 days refeeding, continue with, you know, the highest expression of whatever your diet is that makes you feel best and healthiest and most vibrant with the most energy. That this cleanse really is an opportunity to reset your body, your taste buds, your intestines, your digestive system, and can be a launch pad for continuing with a really healthy, optimal, ideal for you diet. It really does work. And I'm also timing this particular cleanse for myself with the waning moon cycle. So finding an optimal time to do this for you is wonderful. Every waning moon cycle, we are wonderfully supported by the moon's diminishing light to do something like a cleanse, releasing, shedding, letting go, going into darkness a little bit, less activity, more rest, more inward focus. And that waning moon cycle is from when the moon is full to when the moon is almost new again. And you can check online for when the moon's, you know, what her cycle is every month. And this is also very powerful to do this cleanse or a different type of cleanse when the seasons are changing. Okay, so when we're going from summer to fall, this particular equinox, the September equinox, the autumn equinox for those of us in the northern hemisphere, as well as the winter solstice going into that, I would say those are probably the two best times one could cleanse energetically, because the energy is diminishing. The days are getting shorter during this time, and going into that solstice, we have the least amount of light. So really fundamental key parts to do this seasonally. I learned in my Ayurveda training as well, they really recommended the seasonal change, the seasonal cleanse, to support our bodies in adapting to the changes in nature, the changes in our environment. So this really is like such a blessed time to actually do a cleanse, doing extra detoxification, whatever that looks like for you during these times in the year. I will also add benefits to this cleanse is that there's no packaging. It's really affordable. You know, you're not buying some expensive package. You're not ordering anything online, although you might need to if you're in like a super rural location and you don't have access to certain things. You might have to order some things, but typically all these ingredients can be found locally or easily. And it's quick, it's easy. You're not, you know, preparing the normal however many meals a day you are. And it's affordable, it's quick, it's easy. It's easy in some respects, as in it's simple. However, you know, this is not a juice feast, okay? So there might be some hunger, there might be some toxic hunger, there might be some nausea, some headaches, some whatever. I know the first time I did Blessed Herbs Cleanse, it was pretty rough there for a day or two. So it depends what your foundation diet, what your lifestyle is like coming into this cleanse, kind of how rough it's gonna be. For me this time, it's been easy. It's been easy. There's been like thoughts like, oh gosh, it'd be nice to have some food, but there hasn't been a whole lot of detox symptoms, really. I would say like none. It's been really easy. So what do you need? You need apples. You need apples, lots of apples. The foundation of the cleanse is apple juice. Raw is best, freshly made in the juicer, that would be optimal. Green apples is what I'm using. I have some red ones, different varieties as well. You can do all green if you want to go really intense into that liver and gallbladder flush. You can do red, you can do a mix of varieties. I've done mix, and every other time I've done this, and it's been wonderful. So this time it's like predominantly green so far because that's what was available, and it's also some of the red ones at the end. And another bonus to doing this in the fall, more autumn equinox time, is that that's actually apple season. So another benefit right there. If you have to do a pasteurized juice or something like that from concentrate, I cannot speak personally to how it would work, but I would really recommend doing the fresh juice if at all possible. So every single day you're making 40 ounces, give or take, I would say at least 40 ounces of apple juice. Then the other ingredients is the psyllium husk. Now in the toxin absorber from the Blessed Herbs Cleanse, they use psyllium husk, and I've seen bentonite clay in those, as well as apple pectin. You can use the bentonite clay and apple pectin if you like. I did some research about apple pectin. Apparently a lot of it is just apple powder. It's not actually apple pectin, which is more like the fiber. So if you can source some really high quality apple pectin, go for it, do it, add that into your cleanse. I was not able to find bentonite clay or apple pectin locally, and I thought, I'm just gonna try this with psyllium husk and see how it goes. And so what I'm doing is to each of my 8-ounce glasses of apple juice, I'm adding a teaspoon of psyllium husk powder. Now definitely get the powder. Don't just get the husk, because the husk is gonna be more particulate and like awkward and kind of gel more. The seed powder is actually, you still have to shake it and drink it really pretty quick. This is not a cleanse where you can like make all the drinks and like have the powders in them for hours, unless you want to eat like a jelly, you know. So you have your apple juice, 40 ounces. You're dividing that into 5 servings, and a teaspoon of psyllium husk is going into each one. Now I'm also adding a 1/4 teaspoon of spirulina. Blessed Herbs Cleanse used chlorella. I had spirulina in my refrigerator, local Hawaiian. I hadn't used it in a while, and I was like, this is the perfect use for it. So spirulina or chlorella or something similar that you have on hand, that will help with all that amazing heavy metal detoxification as different things release from inside of you. And the other ingredient I add to the drinks is a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, because apples and cinnamon are awesome. Cinnamon supports healthy blood sugar, and it has wonderful metaphysical properties as well, so I really like it. Blessed Herbs Cleanse, they use ginger powder or some kind of peppermint. If you feel called to use either of those, that's wonderful. Again, I had cinnamon on hand, and it was like, yeah, I could be in this cleanse. And it really, with those 3 ingredients, the apple, the spirulina, the cinnamon, the drinks end up tasting really good. It's like a really great combination with the green apples. So excellent. And I haven't had blood sugar issues either. Now, when to drink your drinks? Every 2 hours is what I'm doing. I'm starting at 10 a.m. with 1 drink, then noon, then 2, then 4, then 6. You could do an hour and a half apart. You could do, I would say, hour and a half to 2 hours apart is probably best, and you have 5 drinks. So you split it up however you want, but every 2 hours is working really well. It's really easy. It's a good amount of time. So I will show you the drink now. Okay, super simple. I have my apple juice here. It's extra foamy because I like all the foam. I save it and I drink it. So this one is probably 8 ounces of apple juice with a little extra of the foam. Now I've got the spirulina here in this jar, cinnamon, psyllium husk powder. That's what it looks like if you've never seen it. So simple, 1/4 teaspoon spirulina, 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of psyllium husk. And you could add your apple pectin or bentonite clay if you want to, and I would do less of the bentonite clay and the apple pectin. And the other packaging, they were using like 1,000 milligrams or something like that of the apple pectin. So do your research if you want to add those. I cannot speak to that. So this is your drink. Put the lid on. You do need a jar with some kind of lid. So I've got the drink here, ready to go. And the next part is fun. You get to shake it. You want to shake it really well. And when I do this, I actually put Reiki in it. So when I do this off camera, I'm actually saying the names of the symbols. I'm saying what I want to say, and then I'm always thanking it as well. So I'm saying thank you, thank you, thank you. You could also say an intention as you're shaking it. Say something like, I'm so grateful to receive all the blessings, the miracles, the magic that is available to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, put in Reiki, put in whatever energies you're working with, whatever blessings you're working with, whatever frequencies. Frequency of unconditional love, peace, harmony, health, wealth, prosperity, beauty, truth, freedom, unity, so much love. All right, now it's shook up. And you want to drink this rather quickly now. I am not good at chugging things, but some of you might be. I never have been. So I drink it, in a few goes, but you could chug this down. tastes really good. Especially, I've been doing this a few days now. This tastes amazing. And when I'm not drinking it, I keep mixing it, as otherwise it'll gel and everything will settle at the bottom. It's so good, y'all. The spirulina and the cinnamon really make it nice, because then it's not too sweet. And with the green apples too, it's not too sweet. Now, very important, you want to fill your jar and immediately drink this much water. Very important, so that psyllium husk does not make a brick inside of you. And this also helps you feel fuller and more satisfied for longer after this drink. So I like to shake the water too and make sure it gets everything that's in there. I have some spirulina in my mouth. And so drink this right on up. Okay, I want to share with you a couple other things, other parts of the cleanse that I'm including. Obviously, as much pure water as I feel like drinking, this is really helpful. Again, so that psyllium husk doesn't kind of, make a brick and doesn't pass through. Being really well hydrated is super, super important. Between every drink, in addition to drinking 16 more ounces of water right after the drink, I like to drink another about 16 ounces of water in between each drink. So you're really hydrating quite a lot, and it feels really good to do this. Unlimited herbal tea is also kind of what I'm doing. I tend to like having an herbal tea every morning. You can not do that, or you can do it. It's up to you. I've done some cleanses, Blessed Herb style, where I wasn't drinking any tea like most of the time or the whole time, and then other cleanses where I was like, really having like the desire to have herbal tea. And this time it's like, maybe I'll make like a 40-ounce container of hot tea and have that in the morning. I might have another one later on. It's just nice because I have access to good herbs and stuff around here, and make really delicious teas that way. Other things, so in Blessed Herbs cleanse there was a intestinal movement formula or something like that. It wasn't called that. There was a laxative, in other words, at the end of the day that you're encouraged to take. I'm not doing any of that. Now, if you wanted to, you could do something like Cascara Sagrada or another laxative if you wanted to. What I'm doing instead, and it's even in my mind like gentler than taking those laxatives, use your judgment and your discernment, but I'm actually using enemas instead. So every morning I'm doing coffee enema, really simple to make. I will link a recipe for how to make it below. It's easy. I make like 4 servings at a time, so you have it for 4 days, and this is basically the concentrate. So that is happening every morning, and then later on at the end of the day I do a lemon water enema. So I have the juice of 1 lemon, and then I fill the rest of it up with warm water, and I do this enema. And both of these, the coffee and the lemon water, you're encouraged to hold the coffee enema for 20 minutes if you can. And the lemon water you can also hold for a little while, about that long. You may be able to do more or less depending on the state of your insides. So super simple. After the lemon water enema, I always do at least another quart just water enema to make sure I flush everything out. And results so far is that I've seen kind of ropes and things coming out in my waist. So that was very much the case with Blessed Herbs. It's not quite as dramatic because I guess maybe I don't have as much at this point. Yay! Or perhaps it's because I'm not doing the bentonite clay or the apple pectin. I'm not really sure. I'll see how the cleanse progresses. I've done 3 days already. This is my day 4, so I'll see. But there are things coming out that weren't coming out when I wasn't doing this cleanse. So yes, it feels very successful so far. Other things to include: lots of rest, as much sleep as you can, meditation, spiritual practice, Reiki, self-Reiki, quiet time, relax, relax, relax. This will be so much easier the more you actually let yourself rest and relax. And and that's like one of the most overlooked things with cleanses. Like, it's so easy to just be like, oh, I'm gonna water fast, or I'm gonna juice fast, but I'm gonna like keep doing like everything I normally do. Really see if you can dial it back. You won't be as hungry if you're resting. You won't be as maybe whatever, having a negative experience, maybe as grumpy, say, or in a low mood if you're actually letting yourself rest and relax. And different feelings and stuff can come up, and that's where the spiritual practice is so important. That's where that quiet time, that's where that being with oneself is really important, and really healing and nurturing and nourishing. Now, rest is really important, but I am also including gentle movement, some yoga in the morning, gentle stretching, something like that, yin yoga. These would all be wonderful choices. A little bit of dancing around, a little bit of light grooving, moving the body is really nice. If I had my rebounder, I would be rebounding every day, because that's really wonderful for pumping the lymph. So another way to really circulate the lymph is actually doing some dry skin brushing on the body before you shower, and this feels really wonderful. Diffusing a lot of oils, making a really nice environment for myself. Have some flowers, like appreciating the time, taking some time to draw and do different things. That's a really wonderful way to take advantage of the cleanse and the space you create for yourself. Most important thing really with this cleanse is to have a strong intention, because in those moments when it might be difficult or challenging, or you want to stop, you just want to eat a burger or whatever. I don't know why I keep saying burger. I don't eat burgers. Maybe you do. It's important to have a strong intention. I find, you can not have one and still do it, but this cleanse is an opportunity to actually empower an intention. So it can be, why not take that opportunity, even if the intention is, I am healthy, or I am strong, I'm fit, I'm pure, whatever it is. My gut is healed, my body is healed, my body is healthy, I am vital and vibrant, that kind of thing. Really, really wonderful, really, really powerful. So if you have questions, you have comments, definitely leave them below. I will include the whole kind of step-by-step protocol in the description too, so you have that there for your reference. And again, everything I'm sharing here is from my personal experience. I am certified holistic health coach, certified yoga teacher, certified in Ayurveda, different things that make me qualified to share this information. But this really is, you are a man or a woman, you have your free will, you can choose to do certain things or not. Listen to your body, listen to your inner guidance above all, if this is something that's speaking to you right now. And I wish you the most luck and good fortune and blessings and abundance on your journey, and that if you choose to engage in this sort of thing, that it brings you everything that you need deep down and desire. So, in the deepest, truest part of you. Aho, amen, namaste, and so it is. Mahalo. The action is happening. I'm making my apple juice. It takes a little more than 3 pounds to fill up my 40-ounce container, and I usually do a little extra too, just so I make sure I have enough for the day. I've got my compost container back there too. Compost if you can, always recommend it. It's a fun little alchemical kitchen this morning. I got the coffee enema here brewing. I'll show you. Woo, that's hot. And this is actually on the off-grid stove here, so this is fueled by my waste breaking down. Yes, pretty cool. Pretty cool. You can see out here the flower bed that hides the digester. And so yeah, really simple here. Just making the apple juice, having a good time with some tunes.